my place. So hopefully I'll just get that out of the way for you. So hi guys. Hi everyone out there. Hi to all my Facebook people. Please join if you haven't already. I mean, you're here, so you are. All right, Patricia. I'll just say hello, a quick hello to everyone, and then I'll get into some questions. So hello, YouTube people. Hello, my one person on YouTube. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. There's lots of great videos on there. So I know I do some across. Patricia, your hair itches so bad, lovely, because the mites are eating it and they're dying, which is a good thing. But I will get back into that. I'll just say quick hello to everyone as well. So again, everyone, my name's Emma. If you haven't seen me before, I work at Ungex. I'm a care consultant at Ungex. So I've been with the company since February. So it's very exciting. So time has absolutely flown, that's for sure. I'm just going to sit back a bit here. So I'm going to talk today about, if you haven't heard of us before or what Demodex mites are, I'm going to chat about that. I will go into what Ungex is and our treatment as well, and our treatment application. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below there. I'll answer as best as I can, because Patricia, I talk and then get sidetracked as well. Yeah, yeah. So I will, if I can't answer you directly on here, I will get back to you private message as well. And our team will always contact you too. So again, everyone, my name's Emma. I'm a care consultant at Ungex, and I'm just going to jump into what Demodex mites are. Before I started with the company, I had no idea what they were. This is us. Just thought I'd fly my little flag. That's us, but it's back to front. Please jump on our website, ungexau.com. Everything that you need to know about Demodex mites is on there. There is a lot of content and information about these horrible, horrible parasites. So simply these parasites, Demodex mites, as I said, when I first started with the company, I was like, what the hell? Skin mites? I've never heard of that. The thing is, everyone has them. That's a frequently asked question. How do I get them? Everyone has them. They're a microscopic parasite. So they live, this is what they look like. You can see this poor lady behind me is suffering from some hair loss, which is a variety of symptoms they cause. So they're a microscopic parasite. We do usually do, you can come in for the testing at our head offices in Melbourne, but at the moment we unfortunately aren't doing it because of Corona. This year is just crazy in itself. So look, I don't know if we'll be doing those again anytime soon. There's been a bit of a resurgence of Corona in Melbourne, unfortunately, but hopefully things are okay, and I hope everyone's doing safe and keeping well and being clean and keeping your hands clean. But anyway, so unfortunately, I know a lot of people do like to, you want to see a visual, which can be quite horrific, as you can see. So they're crazy. This is them. As you can see, they're behind me. The big one up there actually looks like an alien. They have 8 legs, and they literally eat our good oils and our hair follicles as well. So that's what they look like there. I'll hold it up. So they're pretty horrible. They do look like something from a horror movie. They're not nice. So everyone has these types of parasites. As I said, I have them. Every single person has them. But when they become a problem is when they are in a high population area, a high density population. So literally when there are thousands of them all together, or there's a heap of them in one area, they then can cause so many problems, especially if you've had a big indication is any ongoing skin problems that you found that just won't go away. You've tried so many treatments and you've had no long-term success. Unfortunately, these types of parasites are extremely hard to kill. I do know, probably like yourself that's watching, or you've watched my videos before, a lot of dermatologists and doctors, I don't think they have a real understanding and grasp of the severity of these parasites. I really don't think they know how to treat them properly. So they will most likely, what we find is give you sorry, I've got terrible COVID hair, so I just don't care at the moment. Oh, Patricia, you're so lovely. I can see all your little hearts. Mwah. Patricia is one of my customers, and she is actually, she's been suffering from some hair loss from mites, and that's one of the things they cause. Hair loss is huge. Any ongoing acne, flaking, itching, crawling sensations, because they do crawl and move. So any of these ongoing skin problems is a big indication that you do have high populations of them. They can also cause aging. Like, I know aging is like a natural part of, process of our skin, but they can cause more severe aging than you're looking older than you should be. A big thing is that, your immune system is a big factor of everything, essentially. Just to let you know, another way to see if you've got high populations is to do our little quiz. It takes about 10 minutes. If you go on ungexau.com, you'll see quiz. I've done some walkthroughs of it. So it's just a questionnaire. A lot of people go, oh, what's that about? That's just giving me a number or whatever. But that's actually, we ask you what you apply to your skin, how you treat your skin, your lifestyle, your sleeping habits, some really important questions that can affect your skin, because what we put on our skin is really important, as well as, a lot of people, another main question is, look, I've had, I talk to hundreds of people every day, and that's my job, and my heart goes out to you all, because I can only imagine suffering with these parasites would be debilitating. You feel very alone, but rest assured you aren't. You aren't going mad. That's a big one. A lot of people tell me doctors prescribe them antipsychotics, and that's just ridiculous. So it is real. You are suffering with parasites and an infestation of your skin. So please jump on into our quiz. That will determine if you do have high populations, and give you a score as well. So from the quiz, we can determine what's going on with your skin and then how to treat it the best. Sorry, I sometimes lose my train of thought and need a drink of water. So another, I'm going to just run through some like FAQs as well. I know a lot of people are like, I don't get it. I've had good skin all my life, and then since last year, from a certain moment, your skin went kaput, horrible. You started having all these irritations and scratching and itching, and your scalp was flaring up. I think a big factor is, I wish I could see into everyone's body and skin, but I can't. I can't answer all the questions. I'm not God. I'm also not a specialist or a doctor, but hearing everyone's stories day to day, I'm beginning to understand more about once you understand the life cycle of these parasites and how our products work, which I will get into, because they are extremely hard to kill. Any topical ointments, medications, I won't name them, of course, but you probably have been on them already. High dose medications, look, they can be good. I'm totally not against it at all, because you need to kill these parasites. So I understand why people have put like sulfur treatments on their skin, bathed in like acidic stuff, poured house chemicals on your head. Like, I get it. I understand if I had bugs and itching all over my skin, it would drive me absolutely bananas. So I understand why you would go to extreme lengths to kill off these parasites. Unfortunately, these high-dose chemicals and medications, our skin can't tolerate them. Antibiotics are a really high dosage for our system, so it's actually breaking down our body's natural barriers and compromises our good barriers. So therefore, you're more prone to these demotics because they almost see like, oh, woo, you're green, you know, all your barriers are down. Let's go to town. I'm going to invite all my friends and we're going to mate and hang out. So demotics themselves, the lifestyle that they come out at night. They're almost like vampires. They're the most active at night. Not to say they wouldn't be biting you throughout the day. It's just they are more active at night. They're nocturnal. So we do recommend, especially with our treatment, to use it at night because we kill more populations. So the more we kill, the better it is in the long term. Simply because, as I said, any medications and stuff like that, they can treat the symptoms and alleviate problems for a short term. So a lot of people have started a course of antibiotics. They, you know, I contact them. They said, look, you know, I understand you're going to do a course of antibiotics. Totally get it. See how you go. 99% of the time, 99% of the time, people come back to us and go, okay, this hasn't worked. It's worked for a little bit, but it hasn't worked. So what happens is these parasites, they're kind of like the Hulk. They build up a resistance and a tolerance to medications. A lot of people do ask me if you can take anything internally. They're not burrowing through to your organs. They live in the hair follicles. So I know you might think like they're inside your body, but they essentially go. That's the hair follicle there. I don't know if you can see it. So they come out at night and mate on the surface of the skin. This is what I want to tell everyone, just so you can I think you've probably you guys have probably become quite a specialist yourself from doing a lot of research, which I think is excellent, because once you understand how these things live and breed, then you can understand why our treatment works. That's essentially, like, I'm a realist. I believe in things that work, and our products definitely work. I wish I could give you an overnight miracle, but yes, they do, Patricia. They go everywhere. They do, lovely. One of my customers just asked online if they go in your private areas. They certainly do. Not to say, like, a lot of people say, oh, I've only got them in my scalp. But sometimes you mightn't just have those large populations yet. Or 1 week you'll be feeling them in your scalp, and the next minute you'll be feeling them on your face or on your torso. So it's where those large populations are. So once you they just move. They go everywhere. They just eat and eat at your good oils, and they feed off the sebum in the hair follicle. So essentially, look, if you do have more oilier skin, not to say that you're more of a feast for them, but essentially, you know, there's a lot of factors that play a role in demotics infestations. and populations. So it's a horrible thing to have. But as I said, I'm so glad that people find us. We're just a random little company in Australia. We have been in business for about 12 years now, and my boss, he's the creator of the product, and he was actually suffering himself. So I think that's a big, quite an important one he's been through it. I personally haven't, but I tell you what, I listen to your stories every day, and I feel like I empathize with you so much. So he created the product. Our product is a skincare regime and protocol system. It's easy to use. It's not invasive. You don't have to take a drug. It's literally like your daily skincare regime. He created the product with a whole team of research and development team. It's made with the highest natural ingredients and properties, so there's no side effects. The only one time that we did have someone that it didn't work for is she was allergic to some of the properties. So it's all natural ingredients. You can have a look at our ingredients, what it is. I know a lot of people do research into ingredients and properties, and so have a look on our products. If you go to the products page, you can click on one of them. See, I'm starting to itch. So I get it. Yeah, so please jump on our website. There's a lot there to take in. The products, they all come in different packages, so it can be quite overwhelming. I know a lot of people are like, I'm dealing with bugs on my skin, and then I look at, there's so much stuff on there, and it can be overwhelming. So simply, I'm here as a care consultant to talk you through so you can understand it better and how our products work. A big thing that I wanted to say before is that, unfortunately, these things won't go away overnight. As I said, any medications, I know a lot of people are on some. As I said, these mites build up a resistance to them, and they tend to hide out. Once they get used to especially antibiotics in your system, they're like, okay, my cousins, Frank, Joe, and Jiminy Bob, thousands of them are dying. Okay, this doesn't make sense. Oh, so they just hide out more under the hair follicles as well. A very big one, things that do kill mites, very important, is sunshine, sun exposure, because they hate the UV. I don't want you to go outside and cook yourself in the sun, because that's going to you'll be sunburnt and dry out your skin. So don't do that. I advise that. But of course, I know a lot of customers. One lady was like, that makes sense. I went to Hawaii and she was in the sun a lot. She goes, I didn't feel them at all. So climate can impact as well. If you think that saunas, blasting them with heat, anything humidity as well, if you think that's a good thing, it's actually not. It's like the best environment for them, really. If you're having a sauna, of course, I don't advise against it. I love saunas, but it just can be more of a nice environment for these parasites. So we do advise afterwards you have to have a cold shower. Cold water is the best thing. It will get rid of any bacteria left over by the mites, and it's really good for the immune system. Blow drying, Patricia. Look, as I said, the heat, I know some people find when they blow dry, it feels like it stops them, like the heat, which I think, look, it's not killing them. It's just making them a bit like, stunning them. I know a lot of people feel like they stun them. But blow drying, you can still do it, but it's just not really having any effect on them. It's not killing them, and it's not, making them worse. So, so as I said, heat, I know a lot of people think, if I, put my sheets and stuff, and the dryer for ages are going to kill them, but they're not. A big thing we do recommend is sea salt. My Patricia online just asked if sea salt can kill them. No, but I do know some people use salt water to treat their eyes, and I know one lady has applied it to her eyes and she felt them falling out. So I do know that salt water is just really good properties anyway. I don't think they will actually kill them, Patricia. I think it will definitely help clean your pores, and it might it might have some effect on them. So I don't see why not. I do know people, Patricia, I do know people have used salt water and it's helped. So you can do that, lovely. But I'm not too sure if it's going to actually kill them. I don't think it will. But yeah, so going back to Demodex, sun exposure is excellent. We recommend getting a lot of, especially on your bedding and your pillows, because these parasites are contagious. They transfer from skin to skin contact. And also when you're sitting down as well, they can transfer onto fabrics. So the biggest part of our protocol is that we target these parasites on not only on your skin but your immediate environment. So most likely at the moment you've got thousands on the surface of your skin, and in conjunction you've got eggs that still haven't hatched deep in these hair follicles. So that's why, as I said, that it's hard to find a long-term treatment. Enter Ungex, because what happens is any products, creams, sulfur treatments, yeah, it's great. It can kill the large populations off the surface, but at the same time, these eggs haven't hatched yet, and that'll take another 2 to 3 weeks. So once you sort of understand the cycle of them, you can understand why these products haven't worked. Yeah, I think that's a big thing that I just want to really reiterate, because once you sort of understand the habits and the life cycle of these things, I know it's a gross thing to study, but then you can understand why our treatments work. So I'm going to go into it because I've talked about our products long enough that I should show you. So as I said, our treatment system is basically a very simple skincare regime. There are four products in the protocol. Oops, throwing it everywhere. I don't know if Kerry's still there. I might have lost her. So there are 4 products in the protocol system. This is them. They're little bottles, but we make them to this size because we don't want to overuse. All the bottles, Ungex, that's us there. I've personally used these products myself. When I started with the company, I actually, ironically, look, I don't have severe Demodex infestations, but I do get, my skin does get quite sensitive. And I had a flea infestation. Horrible. And I couldn't stop scratching my legs, and the cat had fleas. I had fleas in my bed. So I think starting at Ungex, I kind of got a bit of a sample of what you guys are going through, and that was beep hideous. So simply, our 4 products is a cleanser. So you probably use a cleanser yourself. I'm sure everyone does. Sorry, my phone just buzzed there. Cleansers, as a rule of thumb, I didn't know this myself, you can over cleanse the skin. I think that's a problem for a lot of people that I can understand why you want to clean heaps, because you do have, these bugs eating and debris and bacteria. I thought I'd just tell you also, these parasites, they literally eat and eat and eat and poop themselves to death. They don't have a bottom. So when they actually explode, that then releases bacteria. So that bacteria can actually cause rosacea, acne. They're just horrible. So not only are they eating your skin and nutrients that you need for your skin to renew itself, they are exploding and dying and then releasing more bacteria. So I understand why you would want to cleanse heaps. So it's not necessary, because too much cleansing can actually strip the skin's natural barriers and therefore lead to more infestations. So with cleansing, we only really need to cleanse when you see those literal dirt. We call it dirt. It doesn't necessarily mean your skin has to be super oily. If there's any dirt or debris, you'll see it as well. So when these mites start dying off your skin, they can be dead bodies, they can be flaking, they can be specks. I think the thing that does my head in is that, a lot of people ask, can it be this? Can it be this? XYZ, black specks, white flaking. Unfortunately, yes. Basically everything that's on your skin is a result of these mites dying and eating and your parts of your skin as well. Patricia, I'll answer that privately, lovely. So yeah, they just eat and eat. So essentially with cleansing, we only really want to cleanse the skin once every 2 to 3 days. So all of our products are to be used at night. I was going to, especially with rosacea, more sensitive skin problems, more sensitive skin problems, the cleanser is really good for. I'm treating a lot of people with rosacea at the moment. Rosacea is a very sensitive skin condition. It's an inflammation, so we have to do that very gently. I know rosacea can be genetic as well. A lot of things can impact rosacea. It's a bit out of my field, but we definitely help treat rosacea. I do know it's a very sensitive skin problem, so we have to go very gently, and especially for anyone with sensitive skin, use a product every night. Yep, because that's when we are killing more populations. I know a lot of people like to use our product during the day because you do feel some movement and itching then. It's just you might be wasting it a little bit because we can target more at night. I know we're home a lot at the moment, so you might be, I'm in a bit of a dark area now, so some Demodex may come up. So anyway, the cleanser, that's the number one. So our treatment system is a protocol. It's a system. Essentially you're the one putting in the hard work. You're the one that, for the best results, we guarantee best results when the products are used every night. It's not like, for example, I was speaking to one of our customers, and she does have a compromised immune system, so that can play another big role in treatment time. It might be a bit longer in treatment. So we advise the treatment time is 3 to 4 months as a baseline. So generally what we start with is essentially from the care consultancy, do free phone consultations to see what's going on with your skin. And then myself or the team generally recommend what is the best to start off with. So a good one to start off with is an essential kit, because the essential kit does have all of our products. And that's a good one to start with, I think. It'll get you to a month. And a month is a good indication whether this is working for you and that you are feeling look, not a, you're not going to be cured after a month. I wish you could be, but realistically, a month is a good time frame to give you an indication that, okay, I'm feeling a lot less worse than before I started using the products. And then a month you kind of go, okay, I think I'll go ahead. Let's do some more. So yeah, so an essential kit is a good starting block, guys, if you want to start with that one. And look, a lot of people do ask, your products are so expensive. They are. Nothing's cheap these days, but I do believe, like, you can't really put a price on your skin, and it's probably at a point where it's so extremely damaged because you've used other treatments. So the biggest part of our treatment and protocol is that we make your skin a hostile environment for these parasites, but being so gentle on your skin. So we need to build it back up while killing these mites. So it's quite a fine balance, really. Whereas a lot of treatments, you just go hard straight away into your skin, into your immune system. As I said, the antibiotics, it's a big impact. And then any creams or anything like that, it's just too much. It's so much for the skin to tolerate. So and I know a lot of people kind of think, oh, I'm just going to put chemicals on my skin, and it's just making your skin worse and making you feel worse too. So yeah, so look, we are an investment, but we're definitely a long-term solution. So essentially what we do, as I talked about, the life cycle of the Demodex, we kill them off in these life cycles. So essentially we're killing them every time they reach the surface. So a big part of treatment is die-off. So there is a cleanser. Sorry, I'll go back into it. Then there is a hair tonic, which is really nice. I've used this myself. Hair tonic is excellent for hair loss, Demodex hair loss. It promotes new cell generation of the hair and follicles. So that's a big one for hair treatment. It's really nice as well. I use that myself. And it restores your natural luster in your hair again that's been eradicated by these mites. And then most importantly, the 2 sprays. If you just want to get one, I would suggest getting a PDT because that is the strongest of our sprays. And it is also designed for killing them off your immediate environment. So the other spray is SDT. It's more designed for rosacea and sensitive skin. So for people who have more sensitive skin, PDT might be too strong for you and may cause more severe die-off. So die-off is a big part of what happens in the treatment. So essentially, you've probably experienced it. You've probably experienced die-off, which is the mites literally dying. We just say it could, unfortunately, it's like a bit of a hump. It's going to get pretty bad if it's not already, because we have to kill these thousands off your skin. So it's like the products become a side effect to these mites. They're dying, so they're literally fighting for their life. So your symptoms may actually get quite worse. But that's a big thing we have to gauge with you. Like, I know a lot of my customers, it's the biggest part in the first initial stages, like the first 2 weeks, depending, because everyone's skin is different. So no 2 people are the same. What Jenny have, Bob mightn't have. Jenny might have die-off instantly. Bob's not feeling anything, but Bob's only got he's only got some rosacea or just some acne or blepharitis. Blepharitis is an infection of the eyes when they get into the hair follicles. and they're called Demodex folliculorum. So that's when it's actually in the follicles of the eyes, which is absolutely horrible. So the SDT spray, as I said, for those is more for those sensitive areas because it is a milder solution. So yeah, die-off is a big thing. We have to gauge how you tolerate it. If it's too much, we can always like knock it back a bit, dilute it. But look, diluting it may make your treatment time a bit longer as well. So, you know, we're here the whole time, and a big part of what you're purchasing is us, our care consultancy. You know, we can't answer all the questions, unfortunately, because I'm not a trained physician or dermatologist. I do love products, and you know, your skin's so important, and unfortunately, you know, these bugs can do horrible things. I call them bugs. It just makes it a bit nicer to swallow. But essentially, it does take time, guys. I think it's kind of like going to the gym or getting healthy. You've got to work at it every single day for the best results. Because, for example, I had a customer, I checked, as I said, sorry, I'll go on tangents. I checked in with her because I do checkups. We check in and see how the treatment is going. Anyway, and I asked her how the treatment was because she'd been doing it for quite long, like about 2 years. And I couldn't sort of understand why it was going that long. But she did have a compromised immune system, a severely compromised. And I said, oh, how often are you using the product? She said, oh, just once a week or once a couple of days. Like, how do you expect it to work if you're not using it? So I can guarantee that, you know, with consistent effort and patience is a big one, guys. Like, just we've got to work with time because time is literally a healer. I know a lot of my customers, if you're watching, they're probably about 2 or 3 months into the treatment. So die-off kind of comes in waves as well because we have to go with those life cycles. So towards the end, we're getting there isn't enough Demodex coming to the surface of the skin to kill. So it does feel, a lot of people feel like nothing's happening. But essentially, that's where we want you to be, to a stage where it's manageable, that, you know, you will die with these parasites. I will die with them. Everyone will. But we assure you with persistence, time, and patience. I know it's really hard. And just visualize. I'm a big manifester. Just keep visualizing that you're going to get to a stage where there's, instead of 1,000 being on your skin, it's going to actually be like 1 or 2 to a manageable point where you can get on with life and just feel happy. And look, the big thing that I want people to know is that the more you think about them, the more you're essentially feeding them. I know it's easier said than done. Oh my God, my stomach's scratching. But please try and keep happy. Stress is such a big killer and it's such a big impact. The more you stress about these bugs and get obsessed with it, I can assure you that the longer your treatment time is going to be. So just try to put in place some good visualization, exercise, get a lot of water, get a lot of sleep, all this simple stuff. I know it's so simple, but we so forget to do it. As my mum said, she said, life is so simple, but we overcomplicate it. And it's so true. So just, I don't know what having Demodex infestations is like, but I can absolutely imagine it would be hideous and several of the other swear words. So look, guys, please feel free to contact me or our team on ungexau.com. We've got a live chat thing there. We can always email you some information. I'm here for free phone consultations just to have a chat. And And just to reassure you that you're not mad, it is real. These parasites exist and they've made a home in your body. But I can assure you with the treatment time, have a look at our testimonials, especially on our Facebook page. YouTubers, please jump on our Demodex support group. Do the quiz. That will give you some indication as well. I know it's not hard to think about, but the more you obsess, Patricia, the harder it's going to be. But just, take one day at a time. That's the best we can do. And yes, try and keep those stress levels down and keep dancing. Try and get some sun, especially with your burning. Get as much sun exposure as you can, at least for a few hours a day. That's going to kill off any Demodex there. Just quickly, tea tree oil is excellent, but it can dry out the skin. So if your skin is really dry, we suggest using coconut oil because the mites don't like that. So that will hydrate your skin. But I have talked a lot. So yeah, I've gone into a few different tangents as I always do. But rest assured, we're here to help, and we're busy. We're getting busier every day. So Demodex infestations are global, and it's crazy how many people have them. But I can hook you up, Patricia. I'll talk to you after the video. But hope everyone is well. Please jump on ungexau.com, have a chat to us, and we can definitely help you out. All right, bye. Bye, guys.